Starting off with formation adjustments. This first one is a tight formation. I'm aware that we spelled tight wrong. If you're anything like we are, when you're filling in call sheets or practice scripts, fewer letters the better. So a lot of this stuff's abbreviated and sometimes misspelled, but it takes up less space on the call sheet. So that's what we do. Tight formations for us. We can add any of these formation adjustments can be added to any of our formations. So this first one, a tight call, would just tell our outside receiver to line up on the hash. So in this particular clip we're looking at, this would be tight trips. We like to do this a lot of times to create space in different areas. If we're going to tighten down the field, a lot of times that creates space outside. I guess I should tell a little bit about our base alignments. Typically, we're kind of a widespread team, similar to maybe some of the old Baylor stuff, maybe not quite that wide. But our base alignment for our outside receivers is going to be bottom of the numbers or wider. And then our inside receivers rules are they are never to line up inside of the hash unless the formation adjustment tells them to, or a particular play call moves them inside of the hash. So our base adjustments are pretty wide, or our base alignments are pretty wide. This first adjustment is just a tight call. That tells our number one receiver to line up on the field hash, and then everyone else will just space themselves out accordingly. So here you can see we're running, we're a big Y cross team. Most typically we're Y cross into the boundary, but by tightening our splits to the field using our tight call, now we feel confident that we can throw that field out. We've kind of condensed the space, made that a realistic throw, also brought that vertical closer so that we feel like we can make that throw as well, instead of trying to throw a field vertical all the way out on the outside of the numbers there. Okay, this next one, we're taking a post shot here, but we've tightened our field guys down a little bit. We like to use it also to get our crossers across the field faster. We don't do a great job of it on this particular clip, but a lot of times we like to tighten our guys down to use different releases for routes. So for example, he's got a curl on this one. We like to use that spray release. I hear guys call it a spray release. So if we tighten down and use that spray release, it's giving the defense a little bit different picture than just our typical bottom of the numbers vertical stem curl route that we typically run in our base play. And next is a stack formation, similar to what a lot of you guys do as well, I'm sure, but stack just tells us to stack our wide receivers. We take the inside receiver and stack him behind the outside receiver. In certain game plans, maybe we stack one side or the other, the field side or the boundary side. Sometimes we stack both sides. The kids know what to do on that based off of the game plan, and that's something that we introduce on Monday. Hey guys, this week stack's going to tell us to stack everybody, or stack's going to tell us to stack the boundary or stack the field, or whatever it might be. This particular clip here, this is an RPO stack for us. We knew in that game that whenever we stacked, they played off. So we were able to stack our guys so that we could run that little hitch screen behind the lead blocker of the outside wide receiver. We also stack just to disguise base plays. I talked about Y cross earlier. This is our Y cross play where we're just stacking our guys and running that stack hitch combination with Y cross in behind it. So it looks real similar to our RPO, but it's not an RPO. It's actually the vertical out portion of our Y cross play you can see here at the bottom of the screen. Again, just ways to curveball our base plays. Okay, Trey, this is a stacked trips play, so we're going to stack the two inside guys. You can see there at the top of the screen, we've got the inside guys stacked, so we're still in trips. We're in 3-by-1, but we're stacking the two inside guys. We do a lot of different things out of this. One of the things we're going to get to early in the game, if we've got Trey in that game plan, is a bubble. See how they play that stack, and if we can get a bubble there, kind of protecting the bubble with that lead blocker right in front of him. Now, as you would expect, teams will start to press the point or go man. That's what we've got here. So in this game, we actually ran a bubble slant. So our stacked receiver there starts off with a couple steps on the bubble, gets them to react wide, start widening with our bubble because they've probably seen it on film in earlier weeks, and then he slants back underneath. Big time play right here. You can see the bubble sell in his first two steps, and then he catches the slant and goes, I think, 90 yards or something like that on this particular play. So those are a couple of reasons, a couple of ways we stack our inside guys in our Trey formation adjustment. Okay, the next one is pinch. We teach this to our kids. Pinch has an I in it, so it talks to our inside receivers. It is going to pinch them down to the formation. So you can see here we're in a trips look, but we've got our inside receiver pinched down into the formation. We do this to accomplish a few different things. As you see on this first one, we're using him as a guy to go and crack the first backer in the box. So he's blocking down inside the box. And then we've got our G sweep, buck sweep scheme coming outside, I believe, on this clip. So you can see that we've just changed the alignment to help him make that block. Go ahead and try to cut it off there in the box and then get those pullers on the outside. We'll also pinch both sides out of a 2x2 formation. Here, if you watch to the top, we're using that crack block where he's blocking the first backer inside the box. And then we've got a little RPO, kind of a slot glance, dig route by the boundary pinched wide receiver. So we're running that same G sweep with the backside RPO on it out of our pinched formation adjustment. Again, the I tells those inside receivers to pinch down to the formation for us. Okay, on this particular one, we've got a double pinch. So we've got two guys pinched down to the box. We do a few different things out of this. On this particular one, we're running our, I think it was a GT +1 run play with the backside stick, hitch, whatever you want to call that route, RPO by the outside pinched receiver. So we'll let it play again here. We're in a double pinch set. We're pulling both guard tackle and the inside most pinch guy. Those guys were both tight ends for us that season. So we are in a double tight set, one of them running the RPO, one of them +1ing our GT concept there. Okay, again, we're in a pinch trips set here. We got that same kind of slot glance, dig kind of combination, RPO on the backside. Quarterback got a throw read, so he's going to pull and throw, and we're able to hit that seam glance route there by our pinch slot receiver. A lot of times it puts the defense in a bind. Where's that field safety going to play? Because it's a different type of trips look for him. Does he play out over number 2 like he would in normal trips? Where's the backside safety going to play? Those type of things. It makes them identify trips a little bit differently than they would if we line up in our normal trip set. Like I said, in our normal trip set, all 3 of our guys are going to be outside of the hatch.